guys. Good morning. We are packed up and rolling.
It's time to head out to Kansas and go pick up a load and go into Florida.
Florida.
Pups are all settled in, causing havoc. They're like toddlers. As soon as I got into the truck, the first thing they did was dump out all their toys.
Tell you what, that was a great discussion last night. Actually really enjoyed talking to y'all about it. Kind of funny thing I seen though is, you know, we talk about the media not letting stuff get out. We talk about, you know, censorship. And people always say, well, I didn't hear about this, I didn't hear about that. But I got done with the live last night, and I looked. Well, actually, I looked at it this morning, and there was like 82 shares. So apparently, people don't want it to get out. Don't care if it gets out or not.
Wendy said hello. Amber Rose says good morning, G's. KR says hi. Florida bound.
We all I have people ask me all the time, well, how do we bring people together? Well, we'll never bring people together if people don't hear that there's others out there that feel the same way as they did.
Doris says good morning. Safe travels. Debbie says good morning. Cindy Cody says good morning, and safe travels. Darlene Chandler says good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. G. Love and prayers for safe travels. Thank you much, honey.
You know, it's kind of funny. So many people on there. There was over 1,000 comments on there, yeah, and a lot of people. I didn't see anybody disagreeing with what I had to say. But like I said, there was only 80 shares. The way we get the word out is by sharing that same word with somebody else. Even if we just reach one person and they reach somebody else, it's a domino effect. You know, I can care less if you guys share any of the After Darks or just the Rolling with the G's. That's the kind of stuff I don't really, it don't bother me whether you share it or not. It's nice that you do. But as far as if we're talking about real world topics and spitting the truth, and these social media platforms don't want the stuff to get out, then
I've got your headset charging. Give me
you're just answering. If the social media don't want the stuff getting out, it's up to us to get it out there. I have no idea. Call it back.
Identified spam is what it says.
Yeah. That's fine.
Give me a minute, guys. Shut that radio on. All the circle.
Best way to share information like that is share it out to all the groups that you're part of. Share it out to your garage sale groups, your local groups. And groups is how we reach people. That's how the whole convoy started to begin with, is just by reaching out to groups and sharing the messages with the groups. Don't worry about it.
Got it. Sorry about that, guys. That was going to drive me absolutely bonkers. Jane says, good morning, Cheese. On my way to work now, so we won't be here very long. I live close.
Right on, you be safe.
Stephanie says, good morning, G's. Family from Cloudy, Texas. Supposed to get severe storms tomorrow.
Good morning, guys. Probably a lot of good mornings, though.
Amber says, I shared last night's before you even mentioned to. Everyone go back to G's last night's live stream and share it.
Thank you.
To
Appreciate that.
Facebook or wherever your social platform is. that spice sent out? Yes,
did.
ma'am,
We did that this morning.
That was one of the first things as soon as we hit the pickup that we went and did.
We got tracking numbers for all of them, so.
MGB says, have you decided if you're going to Branson yet? Honey, we've got a
Not gonna make
load
it.
going to Florida, and, you know, right now Florida needs everything that is going in there. Doreen says, hi, G's. You guys are the best. One day, I hope I meet you one day. It'll happen, sweetheart. It'll happen. Picture Mama says, it is cute. Well, thank you, sweetheart. Justin Anderson says, good morning from Texas.
Hey, Justin, how you doing, buddy?
Dave
Justin's
Newland.
been with us for quite a while.
Yep. Dave Newland says, I'm looking for it, the spice. Oh, it got sent out today, hon. Amanda says, hello from Gulf Shores, Alabama. Well, hello, sweetheart.
Should be there, I think they said 1 to 3 days shipping.
Yeah, I think that's what they
So probably figure about 3 days.
Little Blinky says, left Florida yesterday. It was warm, very warm.
If you ordered the spice and you don't receive it within 3 days, holler at us, send us a message and let us know. And we can check the tracking numbers, send you the tracking number, whatever.
Yeah, I made sure, because I did put in more warm clothes this time and kind of thinned out our summer attire. I did leave shorts in for the boat push just to be on the safe side. Jen says, Papa Butch is on the way this way. We'll probably be in Joplin this evening.
Oh, right on.
Awesome. Prayers for safe travels for Papa Butch. Jeff says, I'm heading to Lenox, Kansas here in a while.
Be safe.
Awesome. Cecilia Burns says, good morning, G's and G-Force. Good morning, hon. Darlene says, everyone hit that like button. Thank
Yeah.
you, Darlene. Deb says, good morning from Kingman, Arizona. Good morning.
Good morning.
Bobby Rogers says, hi, G's and G family. Well, hello, sweetheart.
How you doing, Bobby?
Fontaine says, good morning, or good afternoon, G's and family. Have missed everyone. Safe travels. Love you all. Love you too, sweetheart. MGB says, November 9th is the big day in Branson. Convoy of Honor. Going to be a big deal.
No, I understand.
Awesome.
I understand. But
We're sad that we're not going to be able to make it, but, you know,
getting products to Florida is pretty important.
considering that after the hurricane, they need all the stuff that's going in there and being hauled in there. Mandy says, good morning. Good morning, hon. Wyoming Girl says, I have a bone to pick with G. My boys asked my husband to put them in the dumpster today.
That's hilarious. You're welcome.
You're welcome. We put that
It's
up.
like a playpen.
We put that video up, and on Facebook, Cindy Buck says it's just a matter of time someone's gonna get offended by it and be upset by it. And she was right. There was someone on YouTube that said that was
It just scared her.
that was horrible. But you know,
No, she didn't say it was horrible that it put
the
she didn't like
title
the title
was
because she got
horrible.
scared.
Yes, because she
She wrote me
scared.
back.
Did she? Okay.
Yeah, she wasn't offended.
She was worried.
Yeah.
Charlotte says, good morning, G's and G-Force family from Central California. And speaking of Miss Cindy Buck, here she is. Good morning, family. Question, how do you keep the food hot for the truckers' holiday? Or do you make plates for them to heat up in their truck?
We have chafing dishes.
And we also put everything into styrofoam to-go containers, like you would go if you went to a restaurant and you took food home with you, so they can also put it in the microwave too if they waited till later on to eat it. We have pre-wrapped silverware that comes with napkins, salt and pepper, and everything, so that they have
Yeah,
it
we're
as
almost
well.
like professional caterers. We got all those professional chafing dishes and all that.
Kathleen says, starting off the next truckers' holidays. Thank you, Kathleen, for the stars, sweetheart.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Shelley Rogers,
You guys
thank
are
you for
awesome.
the stars, sweetheart. Star Salute.
Thank you so much.
Sherry Ann Miller says, are you going to be on Crazy 95 on your way to Florida?
Yeah, for a little bit. We'll be taking what is it? We're going to be taking 24 down through Nashville on at 75 to 10 to 95.
Wyoming Girl says, my kids have played in worse. Helps their immune system.
Yeah, that's right.
We can't wrap our babies in a bubble no matter how much we want to.
take it nowhere.
Sherry Beeman says, good morning, Trucker G and Mrs. G. Hope your morning is going good. Prayers for safe travels.
Yes.
Thank you, sweetheart, and good morning to ya. Dave Newland, thank you for the stars, hon. Star salute.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate you, brother.
Justin Anderson, thank you for the stars, hon. Star salute.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Jenny
Man.
says, made it to work now. You all have a fantastic day. I'll catch up later. All right, you have a fantastic day, sweetheart. Bobby Rogers says, don't want to go into detail, but I need some unspoken prayer requests. We're on it, sweetheart.
Got
We
it.
will keep you in our prayers, and I know all of the G-Force will as well. Denise says, safe travels, Mr. and Mrs. G. Sending love from West Virginia. Much love
Thank
back
you.
at you
Much
guys.
love.
John says, good morning, everybody. That sure was a good live last night.
It was good.
It was very good. I like the way we can sit there and talk back and forth, and even though that sometimes we don't always agree, which is great because
We shouldn't agree on
we
everything.
shouldn't. But it's good that we can have a civil conversation and a civil debate with each other.
But there's so many topics that we all agree on, but we just don't realize we agree on them because
Yes.
we're so divided. And that's kind of what last night's live was about a little bit. But the funny thing is social media, these social media platforms won't let those words get out. They don't want us to unite. They don't want us to be together. As long as they keep us divided,
That's what they want.
they win.
Gail says, hello, G's. Have a great day and safe travels. The same to you, sweetheart. Thank you.
That's why I was a little disappointed when I only seen like 80 shares. Everybody said that they really liked the discussion. It was the discussion we needed to have, but yeah, they didn't like it enough to put the word out.
Sherry Ann Miller says, I just got back from Southern Virginia, and 95 is not fun.
It's kind of funny that during the convoy, I mean, y'all seen it, how many trolls we had on Facebook and YouTube, and do you realize how many of them people that we call trolls actually turn their way of thinking around?
Vince, thank you for the stars, hon. Star salute.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it, brother.
Hey, Daniel. Chuck says, roll it again. All 18 wheels.
Oh, yeah.
Yup. Debbie says, hello, G's and G-Force family. Well, hello, Debbie. Brenda says, good morning, my precious G's and G-Force. Getting ready to go to work.
You enjoy it. We got an easy day today.
John says, they just don't want us to know the truth and what kind of bullcrap they're trying to pull over all right.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Wyoming Girl says, how many of those trolls were paid? They come in groups, it seems.
Yeah, and you are correct. But people are sheep and they follow others. A lot of people are sheep and they follow others. And so those ones that you say are paid, others follow along with their lead. But a lot of them change their way of thinking. And that's how we get change in this world, is by sharing something.
By having those conversations.
That we have conviction, the topics we have conviction on, that we believe in.
Jen, we will keep your daughter in our prayers, sweetheart.
That's why you never hear me side with in politics. You never hear me side with either side. I believe they're both correct. Now, when I go to vote, do I vote one way or another? Yeah, I do, because it's the lesser of two evils. But we shouldn't be stuck in that position where we have to pick the lesser of two evils. Why can't we be stuck in the position where we pick the better of the best of the best?
Cecilia says, I thought it was cute. We have to enjoy the grandkids when they're small, precious memories. So when they get grown, it's nice talking about when they were small.
Yeah.
Amber Rose says, people are afraid of offending someone, so they won't share. I am at the point I do not really care.
way I look at it is, as long as I spit the truth, if somebody's offended, is it my problem or theirs? That's their problem. If you don't like truth, it's your own. It's that you need to look in the mirror and find out what's wrong with you.
Kathleen says, I loved last night. People get mad at me because I won't choose a red or blue side. I prefer to research on my own and vote my own way off that.
And that's the way it should be.
Dennis Murray
The way
says,
it should be.
Good morning.
I'll just reiterate that.
Good morning, G's and G-Force family. Where are we heading to? We're heading to Kansas.
We're going to shut down in Harrisonville, Missouri for the night. We don't have to pick up till early in the morning. So I wanted to get closer and be ready. Be all staged up and ready to go.
Mrs. Melba says, morning, G's. Here you will be staying in Harrisonville tonight. Let
Yes.
us know where you're staying, and we will come see you about 30 minutes from us.
Sat Brothers is where we're going to stay, and we'll be there about 150. We're about 115 miles. We'll be there in about a couple hours.
Andrew Tate's son says, what's good, bro?
How you doing, buddy?
Wyoming girl says, I still know people who say we are in better shape than we were a few years ago.
What's that say?
The two at the bottom.
Yeah.
How real is the diesel? How real is the diesel gas running out? Rumors I'm hearing. Not many people are talking about it.
See, I just got a message from somebody 5 minutes ago, and that was what they messaged me. Want to know how real the shortage is? We just did a video on it last night. That's how we're being censored. That's why I say it's important to share it out to as many as people as you can, because just like she just said, not many people are talking about it. Yeah, there's people talking about it. You're just not seeing it in your news feeds, and you're not going to see it unless people ain't going to see it unless you share it out.
Johnny JT Taylor in the house. What?
They got people in a panic right now because of what's been said, and we shouldn't be in a panic. We should be panicked by the politicians that are in office, or we should be panicked.
He says Johnny is here and thinks all politicians are full of shit. With that, much love and hammer down.
How you really feel, Johnny?
And thank you, brother Johnny, for the star. Star salute.
I love Johnny.
JJ Gubert says, good afternoon, and how are you and the dogs doing today?
We're doing good.
Great, sweetheart. I hope you're doing great as well. Wyoming girl says, people forget that's what makes this country. Different opinions.
That's right.
I don't feel that I am that old, but I remember when I first started voting, you kept it to yourself and moved on.
Yeah, we was less divided, wasn't we?
Amber Rose says, better shape than what? I just checked my investments and the numbers do not lie. Rough shape.
Better shape. Did I say something about better shape?
No, someone else made a comment, said that people think that we're in better shape now than we were a few years ago.
Oh yeah, stock market's dropping like a hot potato.
Joy says, when I was a kid,
Don't jump off that stock market though, because the only one that gets hurt in the stock market, or the only ones that get hurt on a roller coaster, are those who jump off. I remember in 2008, stock market dropped like that, and a lot of people took out their investments and took the loss on their investments because they lost so much money. And then look what happened; it rebounded, and so everybody that pulled their money out basically was screwed. Everybody that left their money in there ended up making more money than they had. I mean, I'm not a financial
guru.
Well, I'm not a financial advisor, but that's just personally what I would do. Leave it alone.
Joy says, when I was a kid, we were sent outside, and to be home.
If we had lights.
Barbara Pruitt says, good morning, on the road again. How's your day going? Safe travels on your journey. Where are you headed today?
Our deal wasn't, if the street lights came on, we'd have street lights out in the country where I live. The sun started coming down, you better be inside for supper, otherwise you're going to starve till morning. Sorry, man. we're 111 miles. I mean, if you guys want to come down there and come see us, come down and have lunch with us. 'Cause that's probably what we're going to do is we're going to take the dogs out and we're going to eat lunch. We're probably going to wind up going to bed.
Yeah. Darlene Chandler said, will you be on 75 near Chattanooga, Tennessee, or Dalton, Georgia? Mr. and Mrs. G, please let us know.
Why, yes, we are. Matter of fact, I'm glad you just said that because it just dawned on me we'll be going right by
My van.
Mr. Van Brand, Mr. Bullsnot himself.
The bull snot guy, because he is located in Dalton. Sherry Beeman says you're right. They want us to be panicked. Jan says, need to give the new and many young up and comers a chance. You just never know. There may be some real change coming since the country is in such a critical state of possible collapse.
I
Or worse.
sure do hope so. You know, I watched the news this morning. When I'm home, I watch the news.
A new important message has
Don't get to
arrived.
see a whole lot of it while I'm out on the road. But in the mornings while I'm home, I watch the news every day, every morning. And what I noticed this morning, it's always that way. The president sure is campaigning pretty hard for the midterms, isn't he? Worried about getting the people in his party elected. Why don't you start worrying about doing your damn job? And if we have a fuel crisis, do something about it. Why don't you worry about getting these pipelines opened up? Why don't you do something about getting these refineries that closed down back up and running? And maybe do something right for the country. I could care less about your campaigning.
Christine Davis says, good morning, G's, and safe travels. Thank you, hon, and thank you, Christine, for the stars. Star salute.
I'm acting like the president's actually going to watch this. No, he's probably censored for my stuff too.
Kathleen says, what bothers me is that people begin to hate others for the way they vote. What happened to respect and kindness these days?
I don't hate nobody.
Cindy
There's
Buck.
people out there that I don't care for, but it sure isn't because of their political views.
Cindy Buck says they want us in a panic about everything. USDA is now trying to shut down homesteading and canning.
Oh, really?
All I can say is say if they show up here, they should bring help. I'm not going to stop or let them have my food. Rhonda, we'll keep your husband, you, and your son in our prayers, sweetheart.
Definitely.
Sherry Beeman says, I wish you were coming through Illinois. I know, sweetheart.
Eventually we will.
Vicky V says, what is your ETA for Harrisonville? And I will come and buy you all lunch.
120, or actually give me a little bit more than that because Mrs. G's I've got to do a post-trip
Take the pups
inspection
out.
and Mrs. G's got to take the pups out. So we'll just say about 130, 140.
Wyoming Girl says, if Biden is watching, he needs to share his ice cream. Wendy said, I wonder how many people realize also this is the time of year that pre-scheduled shutdown maintenance on the refineries. This also affects our supply.
Yeah, that's what I read. That's what I'm reading.
Laura says, regarding the stock market, if you're able to get your money out and invest it in precious metals without losing a lot of money, is a great way to go. Vicky V says, okay, we'll be there. Porter Karen says, good afternoon and have safe travels. When you come to Pennsylvania, like Chambersburg, PA, we would like to see you, maybe.
That'd be awesome.
Melody,
You said maybe. You said maybe.
to see you, maybe, is what she said.
We'd like to see you. Well, maybe we would.
Melody says, hello, G's, puppers, and G addicts. Safe travels today. It looks like we are rolling north.
I don't think that's how they meant it, but
No.
that's the reason why I kind of
get to where
I'd
we
use
won't
the
be
word.
able to.
They don't look. They look down upon it, but I sure in the heck wouldn't use the word can. Don't tell me I can't do anything.
Melanie says, I myself am tired of all this campaigning. Most ads are negative and not speaking of any kind of cure. No, they're just
And
bashing
I
each
hate
other.
that. I hate that.
That's all
on
they're
both,
doing.
That's on both sides. They sit there and tell you how bad this person is from the same party they're in, how bad that person is from the same party they're in, and then once the midterms
They're
are
just
over,
smear
the
campaigns.
elections, yeah, and like once the election's over, now they're all cronies and buddies again, and well, hate each other behind closed doors.
Yeah.
But want to talk all the smack about each other just so they can get elected instead of talking about what you're going to do good for us, we the people, the voters. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear what you're going to do. I don't want to hear about this person slept with this person, this guy beat his wife, and so on and so forth. If they gotta, let's just go. We'll get to the Herschel Walker thing. I mean, they were saying there was domestic violence. Well, if he's been convicted, well, it's all public record. I can look that up myself. I don't need you to go on there as the opponent and tell me how bad the other person is. I want to know how good you are. What are you going to do for us? That's what I want to hear.
Porter Karen says, I meant if you could possibly stop when you're passing by,
I
we
know
can
what you
meet
meant,
each other.
sweetheart.
He's just being a turkey.
I know what you meant, sweetheart.
Louise says, good afternoon to my favorite two people. Safe travels. Thank you, son.
I said it was Porter Carroll. That could be. I said, sweetheart. That could be a man or a woman.
Porter Karen.
Oh, Karen. Hopefully I got it right.
Save the USA says, hello, G's from Martinsburg, West Virginia. Safe travels.
Thank you. Sad thing is, 3 years ago, or hell, most of my life, my motto's always been, I'm not going to talk politics and I'm not going to speak about religion, because those are the two subjects you'll never win in. And this past year, it seems like that's all I've been talking about. I'm just fed up like most people that I've met.
Wendy says, our governor's race here in Maine is a joke. The mudslinging is just incredible. All that money being paid to TV corporations, when in reality that money could help the ones in real need. Shameful.
Yes, it is. Where do you think all that money comes from?
Donna says, good afternoon, and I agree about the commercial. Rhonda Richardson says, where are you headed? We're headed to
Harrisonville, Missouri.
Yes, that's where we're going to be stopping for our break tonight, and we will go the rest of the way in the morning and pick up in Kansas, and that load is heading to Hastings, Florida.
Yes.
Vicky Moyer says, hello, Mr. and Mrs. G. Wants to hear the same. Sick of the bashing. Debbie says, I know these ads for candidates are so bad, they just down talk the other side and never say what they're going to do. Reminiscing about my Ohio youngin' days while working. Take a listen when you get a chance, geez. The Michael Stanley Maven working again.
Oh, right on.
Darlene says, once again, left versus right. No answer or solutions for hardships of the people. Cliff H says, I see Bolivar. Hi, geez.
How you doing?
Laura
like a little kid at
helped us.
Christmas time handing out the
Oh, I
stockings.
love it.
Yeah,
I
she's
love
like
it.
she's all giddy like a little kid. I wish I hadn't lost
Last
last
year's.
a whole year's worth of content, because I would have reshared last year when we gave away the stockings, because she had a great time.
I did. It was myself and G and little G and G's little brother, and the three of us had hats on. G did. He was driving the pickup and toting us around the truck stop parking lot so we could hand
Making
out the
it sound like I'm a
stockings.
Grinch.
No.
He didn't have a hat.
He didn't. Well, you didn't. You didn't want one either.
No, I don't want one.
So we went around and we were passing out the stockings. And
You don't put a
G
bra
would
on
get
a
out.
Ferrari, do you?
No, G would get out and he'd help us too, and reload us with stockings and the little notes that we put on the windows. And that reminds me, I've got to call UPS and get on that too. We put little notes on the windows. We taped them on the driver's side window to let the driver know that when they got out, that they had something waiting for them on their step. And Merry Christmas. And we put the stockings down there, and and the ones that we actually walked up to the truck, and the driver was sitting in the driver's seat. It was awesome to hand it to him and wish him a Merry Christmas
Seems
and
like-
thank him for being out there.
Seems like the stockings are getting bigger from year to year.
They are. They've grown.
We've started off with real small little stockings,
Yeah, they were little loops.
just as a a thank you, and
Yeah.
every year they've gotten bigger
They've
and
gotten
bigger.
bigger and bigger. So I'm super stoked
That
about
first year
this
we did
year.
it 100% by ourselves,
We did.
and then slowly we started getting help.
Yeah, and it's been awesome, and we thank you each and every one of the G-Force.
Yes.
Thank you so much for helping with the truckers' holidays. The truckers are really going to enjoy it, and you guys will get to see, the look on their faces.
Matter of fact, I got some more stuff ordered for Thanksgiving supper. I did that this morning,
Yeah.
and it should be in the mail. They're sitting there ready for us when we get home.
I don't know. I love Christmas, and don't get me wrong, I love Thanksgiving, but on Christmas, you see that little kid in each of the drivers we hand a stocking to. You see their smile
Well, what's kind of sad.
and see how much that they feel like they're appreciated because they are.
Let's kind of get into that a little bit. You said you see them get giddy like little kids. Not all of them are like that. And that's what's kind of
No.
sad, is some of them are like, "What's the catch? You're giving me something.
They look a
what do
little
you want?"
apprehensive when you knock, or they see you walk up to their truck, and they're like, they don't want to roll their window down, and I wave to them and I tell them Merry Christmas
Or
really
you try to
loud.
hand them the stocking, and they still don't want it because they
And they're
think
like,
that there's
"How
a catch
much?"
to it.
Or someone will say, well, how much are you charging? It's
Absolutely
free.
nothing.
We just want to show you guys that we appreciate you
And then
for
you have to have
being
a
out
conversation and explain to them, and
Then
by the time you're done, then you see that smile.
here. Yeah. And last year we had a driver track us down at one of the truck stops in Stratford. He goes, "Are you guys the ones handing out the stockings?" And we're like, "Yeah, we're handing them out to all the drivers to show our appreciation for them being out here during the holidays and away from their family." And he contributed to the truckers' holidays. It was really awesome. And you just, I don't know, the ones that you hand it to, they feel a little, they do feel that apprehension. But once you sit there and you talk to them for a little bit, and then they realize that there's no catch, you're not selling nothing, you don't want anything in return, they light up. And and a lot of them are in disbelief. Like, are you guys really doing this? Why are you doing this? We're doing this because
They get joy from it.
we're a trucking
They
family.
enjoy it.
Our family, the trucking industry has been very good to our family, but we know how it feels to not have G for that Thanksgiving. He's always made it for Christmas, but there have been times where Thanksgiving he wasn't home with us, and we
Not
know
many times.
no, not many times, but there was sometimes.
few that we handed them to.
Okay, I don't really remember. It's been a while. But then, you know, the next one, we caught more drivers that were actually awake. So, I don't know. I love it. I love it so much. I just love giving back to the drivers. Jen says, Mom and I decided what cookies we are going to make. Frosted sugar, applesauce, and raisin, chocolate cookies with chunks of Reese's peanut butter cups in them.
Oh, wow.
Sound good? Buying supply Saturday. Sounds
Awesome.
Amazing. They will love them. So excited. I love it because, you know, our family knows what it's like. G's drove for many, many years, and we know the hardship that it is. And we've always, you know, since the kids were younger, wanted to do something, but we weren't in the position to do it. And now we are, and you guys have helped us big to be able to do it even more. Sherry says, what y'all are doing is wonderful. I have a son somewhere out there on the road, and we don't know if he will be able to get home or not. God bless you for all the things that you are doing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Winnie says, I totally relate, Mary. Our family has been without my husband several holidays, birthdays, and anniversaries. However, we get through, push on, and celebrate once we are all together. See, you know exactly what I'm
Yeah,
talking
with the
about, Wendy.
with truckers, I mean, birthdays and holidays are just a date. The actual holiday is when Dad gets home or Mom
When
gets
we're
home.
all
And that's,
together.
Yeah, we get together. And that's when the holiday is.
That's why it's such a big deal. You know, when we go home for home time, the girls want to know when we're going to be home and, you know, how long we're going to be home, because they know we're all going to congregate at the house, and she's going to cook an awesome meal. We're all going to help.
We haven't had that in the RV.
No, we haven't had that in the RV because it's been a little displaced since we sold the house in Hartville. So I know with the new house coming together, and once it is together, you know, we're all going to congregate there in the house, and we're all going to be together again.
And then we'll have a little more room. Our door's always open.
Yes, it is. Stacy says trucking life is not easy at all, not only for the truckers but their families too. And it is brutal.
Heck, that
on both.
one year we had some of the truckers come to the house.
Yes.
For Christmas.
Yes.
They gave away the Christmas stockings on Christmas Eve, and then
On Christmas Day.
on Christmas Day we had them come to the house.
And it was
and
awesome.
supper with us.
And what was really awesome was because it was just like, you know, another family member arriving for Christmas supper. They spent the time with us. They enjoyed being with us, and they were part of the family. And they even the grand boys got Nerf guns. So it was dual Cody.
That was just basically a Nerf gun war.
A Nerf gun war. The little boys kind of lost their Nerf guns for a minute because the big boys were playing with them and having a good time.
The little ones were running and picking up the ammo,
the darts
taking
and
it to
handing them
whoever
back and reloading.
and taking it to whoever they wanted to win.
Sherry B. Moon asks, Mrs. G, how long you've been doing the Truckers Holidays?
About 3 years.
I want to say this is our 4th year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotta remember, before that, all I ever did was work. I didn't take the time off. I always wanted to do it. We talked about it for a long time, and finally we said, you know what? We're just gonna start making it happen. It's enough talk. You know,
We did it.
talk is cheap, and we just made it happen.
Amber Rose says, military folks too. Very difficult. I was
Yes.
away from home for 11 years. No kids, and husband was out to see several holidays. I try to be thankful for the little things. And yeah, and I know you guys are
When it comes to
military. Our military
when it comes to home life, truck drivers and military have a lot in common when it comes to
Yes.
that. Give me another drink, please.
Wowie Girl says, I started buying my husband a Nerf gun too. It was cute. It like a bunch of little kids running around my house with Nerf guns. I'm not talking about the grand boys.
Yeah, I think that first year we invited everybody that was on the page to the house.
Yes.
Not everybody on the page showed up, but they were all invited. We invited everybody. Oh, now the page is the channel is so big that I guess, like I said, my house is always open. You're always all invited, but now we're gonna have potluck. Before I was doing all the cooking, as many as there are out there now, we'll have to have a potluck.
Simi Buck says, that's awesome. They, the truckers, had
Bring
so
your own cheer.
much fun with your family. Yes, they enjoyed it, you know. And like I said, our kids, once they go to their in-laws for the first part of Thanksgiving, and the first part of Thanksgiving, and then when they're done there, they come and they help us serve the meals to the truckers, and the grand boys do too. The two littler ones are goofing off and running around and playing, but the older one, Pete, he was going and talking to the truckers. He's like, come get you some Thanksgiving supper, and you know, it's good. We do it as a family.
It's good. It teaches them the gift of giving.
Vicky B says, totally.
It's nice to receive it all, but you cannot beat the feeling that the gift of giving gives you.
Vicky B says, totally get the helping of others makes your heart feel good. And it does. Andrew Tuggle says, good afternoon, Trucker G and Mrs. G. Can I get a honk honk?
There you go.
No, I'm just super excited because it's that time of year. Susan Joyce says, hello, Mr. and Mrs. G. Are you going towards Joplin, Missouri?
No, we're heading towards Harrisonville, Missouri.
Debbie says,
It'll be north of Joplin.
I'd love for all of us to be able to get together for a potluck. That would be a blast.
We can definitely do that. Let me get this house completed and we'll make it happen.
That would be pretty awesome.
We run out of room. If we run out of room at my place, right across the street is a place called the Lions Club.
Yeah, it's got plenty of
And
space.
I'll just rent it out too.
Yep.
Actually, directly across the street's the church.
But right off
And
to the
I'm sure
side
I
of
can
that.
get them to allow me to use their property too.
Tammy says, hello, G's and G-Force family. Safe travels. Looks like a beautiful day. It is a beautiful day. Andrew Tuggle says, thanks. You're welcome, hun.
You're welcome.
Vicky B says, you're going to have a welcome party in Harrisonville. Awesome.
Yeah, come on down, guys. Well, like I said, about 1:30, 1:40. We'll be there probably about 1:20 in the afternoon, but
Just
I need time to do my post-trip inspection, and Mrs. G has
Feed the
to...
pups and take them out.
Yeah.
Kenny Perry says, hey, Blue Hood, back to vacation.
Yeah, you're right. Back to vacation. I know Truckers Jubilee was pretty nice. It was nice to kind of wind down a little bit, visit with family
I had
there.
a good time there.
Not just friends, just family. I mean,
Deb Peters says, hello, G's, on this bright, sunny day. Barbara Pruitt says, sounds like fun. Michelle Brandon says, hey, G's and G-Force, much love. Much love to you guys. Vicky B says, I'm buying lunch for you too.
oh, you don't have to do that, sweetheart. Oh, it's a beautiful day. The wind's
It is
blowing pretty good
beautiful.
though.
Yeah, I feel it. Vicky B says, no arguments, Mr. G. Carrie says, glad y'all are not heading to Wyoming. Hubby does heavy haul, and right now he's pulling 126,000 pounds, and I call it a baby Tonka, to Florida to help with the cleanup. But he and his brother trucker from company
Yeah,
and
I've
thank
seen
them
that.
all for their sacrifices they make away from family.
Yeah, I've seen that this morning. And the load that we were going to get was heading up, going that direction. And I ended up taking this Florida one because for the simple fact, I know Florida needs all the help they can get. And we're actually going to pick up from Kubota. So it's probably stuff for the cleanup.
My hubby had to miss his doctor's appointment because we need to make a living. So thank you, Mr. G, for bringing the things we all need to survive. And God bless you both. God
Thank
bless
you.
you guys. And we'll keep your hubby and you guys in our prayers, sweetheart. Mr. Bob says, any advice for driving on Vied roads? V-I-E-D.
I don't know.
Lynn says, I'm noticing a lot of new names in here in the last 2 days. Great job.
Good.
Well, welcome to all the new
Yeah,
G-Force
anybody new
members.
here, welcome.
Oh, Ice Roads.
Oh, ice roads.
Ice roads.
Biggest thing is don't be using your cruise control and easy on them brakes. Take your turns, any lane changes. Don't just change the lanes. You want to kind of drift over into the other lane. Very, very subtle movements of the wheel.
Susan Joy says, darn, I'm in
And
Joplin.
don't be using your Jake brakes either.
I'm in Joplin. Good news from the ultrasound. No cancer was seen.
Number one piece of advice, if you don't feel comfortable, park it. There is no load so hot it won't pull down in a ditch.
That's awesome news, Susan Joy.
Yes, it is.
Awesome
I told
news.
you, girl.
God is good.
What I tell you, I said I got faith. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine.
Roman says, that's right. Wyoming girl says, gee, just didn't want to come to Wyoming because I'm a stalker.
Wyoming this time of year is like a roulette table.
Yes. Because Wyoming doesn't know anything but pretty much winter.
Yeah, that and the winds.
Shannon Davis says, good afternoon. Glad you got a load to warm Florida. We're enjoying a warm day on the Gulf in Alabama.
Oh, right on. Roll tide out.
Stacy says, it always feels good paying it forward. It does. Brandy says, hello G and G family. Please pray for me. I hate big bills. They make me sick. I just don't know where to ship the money from. Hope everyone is having a great day. We'll keep you on our prayers, hon. Things have a way of working themselves out.
That was one of the biggest reasons why we sold everything, is to get rid of a lot of bills. And downsize a little bit. And the downsize it wasn't just because our house was too big and too much land. It was to downsize the financial
The
burden.
expense.
That 5 months with the convoy killed us.
City Buck says, I hate going to get the mail and my heart starts pounding while I open it. I feel you there, sweetheart. Dem Peter says, can you divert to pick me up as I'd like to go to Florida in a holler. Mickey V is laughing. Jeff Drake says, good morning. Geez, safe travels. Thank you, honey.
Thank you.
Good morning to ya. Wyoming girl says, if it's not the roads, it's the winds. Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Mrs. Mobo said, see you guys in Harrisonville for lunch.
That sounds
good, sweetheart.
Sounds like we're going to have a few people there. That'd be awesome.
That's
Looking
awesome.
forward to seeing y'all.
Mr. Bob says, have you transported for Amazon?
Yes, we've been hauling a few different Amazon loads lately.
Susan Joy says, yes, you did, Mr. G. Y'all are such awesome family. Love you both bunches.
I did.
We love you too,
Oh,
sweetheart.
that's right, Susan Joy.
Yes.
I didn't hear who you said at first. Susan's a sweetheart.
She is.
Don't tell her I said that.
Lynn says, Oreo just posted prayer requests for a Patriot brother who's now in surgery. We'll keep them in our prayers, sweetheart. Pam says, afternoon, families. Feeling a little better. What's your favorite truck stop? I would have to say mine is Sap Brothers, especially during the winter.
I guess nowadays I really don't have a favorite. I mean, when I get there, I'm ready for bed. I'm just ready to lay down and go to sleep. Just one that's got decent food, and that's getting far and few between nowadays. Back in the day, I really used to like going to what was it, Stony Ridge? I think it was.
I think that's what it's called.
Out just north of Cincinnati. They had a bar in there, and hell, it was back in my hellion days. Boy, I'd tie one on, let me tell you.
He teared up. Dr. Pepper Drinker says, I like saps as well. Stacy said, geez, have safe travels. And pups, time to go for now to get something to eat. All right, sweetheart, you have a good day. I like Sap Brothers because they have Mexican hot chocolate. But because of their bathrooms.
Only that one had it, the Mexican hot chocolate.
And I don't remember
It was
where
out
that one was.
Nebraska.
In Nebraska.
And then the last time we went there, they didn't have it.
Yeah. But
They just had it the one time.
I like their bathrooms. I'm going to say that. I like their bathrooms.
I don't know if I like their bathrooms or not. I never have enough dollar bills, and I don't know whether to tip that toilet when it's shooting that thing up my bum or not. I don't know whether I should be offended or if I should be overjoyed. You walk out of that stall. I'm sorry. You walk out of that stall, and it's like the walk of shame. You know, you've just been violated. You look around and see if eyeballs are on you. Okay, go ahead, baby. Sorry.
That's all right. I forgot what I was going to say.
I just like talking over you.
I guess Mitch decided he was going to come lay back down. Wyoming girl says only a trucker's wife can say I like their bathrooms. I know, right? Little America has really nice showers and bathrooms. They have a big shower, plus they have tubs in theirs.
Yeah, you like that Little America there in Wyoming, didn't you?
Yes, I do like the Little America in Wyoming. Dr. Pepper Drinker says Salt Lake City Saps is great. I like the showers.
Well, I don't know if I've taken a shower at that one. That's the one Sean McIntosh really likes, but we never
I don't
stopped
think
there.
we've ever stopped there. Carrie says I-80 truck stop at Mount Eagle with the wet steak sandwich is my favorite when on the road with the hubby.
Maybe I'll try that. I've never eaten there. I know which one you're talking about, though.
JJ says I've never heard of Mexican hot chocolate. They sell it at Walmart, and it's not a powder. It's actually like
Chocolate discs.
Yeah, they're like chocolate discs.
Abuelitas.
Abuelitas. It's in an octagon-shaped container that's yellow and red. It has a little grandma on the front. Pamela says, where in Florida are you going? We're going to Hastings, Florida.
Just south of Jacksonville. In between Jacksonville and Orlando.
Oh, look at that. Marianne Johnson is watching. Mr. Bob says, is Mr. G a good cook? He is an awesome cook. Last night he did up
They don't call me Chef Boy RG for nothing.
he did up some cheeseburgers that were just really, really good.
Had cheese and bacon inside the burger. Some of the G-spot seasoning.
Yep. And then
I smoked them.
yeah, he smoked the patties, and then when he fixed them up, he put blue cheese crumbles on there,
Garlic aioli.
and we put onion and tomatoes and a little more G-spot seasoning on it, and we grubbed down.
It probably didn't need the second thing of G seasoning, but I always
I
like
liked
to put
it on the veggies.
I always like to put some salt or some extra seasoning on my maters.
It was
Speaking
really
of that,
good.
did you bring those maters?
I did bring those.
We had to buy another thing of maters to bring that G-spot seasoning with us because this looks like crack.
Dr. Pepper Drinker said, hot chocolate makes my stomach hurt for 3 days. Oh, that's not good, sweetheart. Not at all.
It's probably the lactose.
Wyoming girl says, truck stops along the route. Did I just say that? Those Sap Brothers toilet seats are heated, and they come. It's a nice little surprise when you sit down, especially when it's cold and it's winter outside. JJ says if anyone in the chat plays the Powerball, no one hit it last night, so it's up to 1.5 billion for Saturday night.
I always tell my kids, JJ, the best way to double your money is fold it in half and put it in your pocket.
Mr. Bob says, where do you like to vacation?
What is that? Never had a vacation, Bob.
Paul Smith.
One of these days we might.
We might, now that it's, yeah. No telling. We were going to take a cruise because we never did do a honeymoon, and we don't do vacations. But we were going to take a cruise, and then
It's not that we don't do vacations. We've just never had the opportunity to take
we're
a
always
vacation.
busy
Or
with
I
work
couldn't
or
afford
something
it.
else, or we couldn't afford it. Jen says, I can vouch that G makes some bomb-ass burgers. Paul Smith says, hey, how are you all doing? It's been a while since I've been on here. Just shut down at the Iowa 80. I delivered to John Degrees in Waterloo, Iowa in the morning.
You be safe, brother. Good to see you. Or hear from you, should I say. Sorry, I had to yelp a little bit.
Carol says, great advice, Mr. G.
What was my advice? I can't remember.
I don't remember. Mr. Bob says, you should take a cruise. Well, like I said, we were
One of
going
these days I'd
to.
like to.
That was going to be kind of the honeymoon we never had.
When the pandemic hit, I mean, it was paid for and everything. It was one time in my life where, you know, we're going to do it. I'm going to take you on the honeymoon. I've always said we'd go on,
Yeah.
and we were ready to go.
Wasn't meant to be.
Wasn't meant to be.
Well, my girl says, don't put the pineapple sticker on the door if you go on a cruise. Lynn says, I ask because if you have been following
Just the
along,
flamingos.
you would have the answer to your question. Oh, Mr. Bob, he's kind of fairly new. Dr. Pepper Drinker says, I thought you called your trip on bikes your first vacation.
Yeah, I don't know if you can consider that. That's just kind of to me, that's not really our vacation. To me, that's just
It's just
stress relief.
Yeah. Wendy says, well, you have a beautiful RV to tow and vacation with. And just saying, Maine is called Vacation Land. It would be nice to get out to
Laconia.
Exactly. We have a brother that's out there too. We haven't seen him in a while.
We were supposed to do that same year as the
pandemic
cruise.
hit, yeah.
And we already had the plane tickets bought for that also.
Yeah.
And we weren't going to take our bikes because our other brother that lived there, he had 5 bikes, and we were going to ride one of his. And that ended up going to the wayside also. We had a heck of a year planned that year.
We did, and it just didn't work
Goes to
out.
show you exactly what happens with plans, right?
Debbie says, every time G cooks, I get hungry.
Well, I'm going to do plenty of cooking here pretty soon.
Wendy says, Yippers, beautiful area, Laconia.
Here in, what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Couple weeks, yeah. Jeff, thank you for the stars, hon. Star salute. Mr. Bob says, whereabouts are you now? Osceola.
I still got to get another couple turkeys.
Yes. We might have to have the girls get one apiece.
Yeah.
And store them for us. Darlene Chandler
Well, now that
says,
we have electricity, Brian will have it all
that's right,
cooked
we
up
can
this
have it in
weekend.
our
What I'll do is
freezers.
I'll have the girls plug the freezer in and have them pick up what we need.
there you go. I
Put 'em
didn't think
in there.
about that. Shirley says, on the road again? Good afternoon, G's and G-Force family. Good afternoon, hon. Vicky V says, cheese factory, LOL.
I like going to that cheese factory. They got a bunch of different kind of cheeses you can sample. We did.
We did. Kenneth says, hit the horn for kids.
Will so this truck gets away from us.
Carrie says, hubby says our vacation is when I am with him in the truck because we are just together. And that's all he needs. Makes me smile because he's right. And y'all have it now. That's all you need.
That's kind of what we did for years. Mrs. G would get a week's vacation at her work when she worked at the nursing home or
Actually, they'd let me, I'd take off a month.
Yeah, she did. I'm going. I mean, it's up to you. I can either quit or you can let me take off.
And they were awesome. They worked around it. So I was able to take off a month at a time to go on the truck and hit the
So
road.
you're right. It was like a vacation for us.
Carol says several turkey plants closed a week ago. Debbie says, my husband was planning our honeymoon. We never got to take either. I found all the paperwork for it and tickets after he passed away. So sorry, sweetheart.
It's a good feeling, though.
Vicky V says, great chief, yes. Wyoming Girl says, just make sure they keep checking freezer. Because with construction, if they unplug or turn off electric to work on things, you might lose the turkeys.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Vicky V says, I'm excited to see the G's. So I'm leaving now to go meet them. I will be early.
Yeah, we're still 62 miles away.
Dr. Pepper Jr. says, have an idea. In March, you fly to Utah and then go to Arches, Bryce, and Zions. Mr. Bob says, what's the status of diesel fuel?
So far, it's high in price, and it's going to go higher.
Charlene says, hi, y'all. Safe travels today. Thank you, hon.
As far as what's going on with the diesel shortage, we had that conversation last night. So if you didn't see that conversation last night, go back and check last night's live out. I think it was titled, what was it? Diesel shortage. Is it the end of the world as we know it?
There we go. Osceola cheese. Love them. Yep. Give me a second and I'll see if I can do this without hitting a button. There's the mooch. And there's Miss TT. And there's all their toys. As soon as we got in the truck, they just dumped them all out. Boot says, I didn't do it. It was all her, Mom. All her. They were ready to get back in the truck. They loaded up in the pickup really quick, and then when we let them out of the pickup to get in the truck, Mooch hopped right up in there, and TT did her little half a jump to get into. Leah's mama says, hi, Mr. and Mrs. G. How far were you able to get on your house before you went back on the road?
The rest of the sheeting's going up on the outside right now. That'll be done today, and then siding comes next, and tile on the flooring is going to come after that. Already got the cabinets ordered. They should be in a couple weeks, and those will be being installed. Still waiting on the windows to come in. We've already ordered them. They should be here about the 17th. And what else?
Did you talk to the HVAC people yesterday?
I called the HVAC yesterday, trying to get something scheduled for them to come out and complete what they've got to do. It's coming along.
Barbara says, too funny. Pam says, yay, puppies, thank you. Debbie says, aw, that's our pups. Hi, TT and Mooch. Darlene Chandler says, they are so precious, Mrs. G. Yes. Mooch is getting big. Him is becoming a big
No,
boy.
I'm still a puppy.
this month. Excuse me, this month on the 22nd. I keep forgetting we're in November now.
Yeah.
Carol says, are you taking 65 south from Osceola?
No, we'll be going 70 on across and then dropping down.
Barbara says, they look so comfortable. The comfort of the sound of the motor. Love you in both bunches. Yeah, they like that. It just lulls them to sleep. Mr. Bob says, that vehicle is hauling 3 vehicles. Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Wendy says, I meant to ask if you're doing the dimmer switches on the can lighting. We need to have ours in the kitchen switched out to dimmers. I don't think we
I
went
didn't
with
get the dimmers, but I might. I'll probably change my mind on it, and that ain't no big deal to change over.
The booches. His mama says, my bunny will be 4 years old in December. Time is going too fast. So love my baby. She's so spoiled, LOL. Aww.
They changed that to the cases.
They did, didn't they?
I used to like stopping in here and getting long john silvers, grab a couple pieces of fish.
Remember, it had closed, though.
Yeah.
At one point.
They changed it into cases now.
Yeah. And the last time we were through this way, we were going to stop. It was closed.
Yeah.
Charlene says, yes, we're in November, and I officially became a senior. I turned 65 this past Tuesday. Well, happy birthday, sweetheart. Dr. Pepper Drinker says, what happens if they get too big for the space?
Cool.
The pups?
Oh, they're not going to get much bigger than what they are.
Yeah, Mooch isn't
Mooch
going to get taller.
he'll
He's just
just get
going to get
wider.
wider. Same with T.
Heck, I've seen some guys or truck drivers
Some
have
drivers.
have a couple Great Danes in their truck.
Oh, yeah. We actually seen one guy that had a crow in his truck. There's other drivers that have rabbits and cats and dogs.
So the crow was a service animal.
Yeah, the crow was a service animal. It can go into the truck stop with him and everything. Michael says, my old dog is 66 today. Aww. Carol says, our old boy turned 13 on Halloween. Wheaton Cocker Spaniel. Yeah, Dr. Pepper Drinker, they won't get too big for the space. Before we had 2 full-grown pit bulls in here, and Mooch and TT are shorties compared to them.
He had his own bird
Much appreciated.
Yes. You're welcome.
Scott says, wow, that will be one heck of a long haul.
Yeah, it's a good run.
Carol says, colder temps and possible snow on Iowa, or in Iowa on Friday night. Looks like streets have lost their leaves. JJ says, Mrs. G, do you like festivals? Yeah. Debbie says, is Hastings, Florida by a beach for us kids to play? It's more inland.
And even if it was, it's hard to get a truck down to the places.
Laura Henning says, safe travels. Thank you. Kathleen says, Mrs. G, have you seen the Christmas ears and a turkey on Amazon that are lit up like your bunny ears? No, I hadn't. Might have to look into that. Penny says, good day, G's, and safe travels.
Good eye.
Thank you, hon. And good day to you, too. Debbie says, we'd help you get the truck on the beach. Eric says, Eric and Pam, it got all quiet, so we wanted to say hi. Guys, how you doing
guys?
today? JJ says, we have a festival that's starting in a couple weeks. It's the Festival of Lights at Ogle Bay Park. That's cool. Carrie says, oh, I forgot this. For Mrs. G, hubby used to raise English bulldogs and said that 97% of females do have to have C-sections when birthing time comes because their pelvis is not that big enough, and normally the pups are big. I was amazed to hear that because they already have to deal with breathing issues.
Oh, I see. That you just wanted to come on here and prove me wrong. Actually, I didn't say nothing that was wrong. I was just questioning Mrs. G about her numbers. She got lucky, didn't she?
Diane says, good morning, G's. Hope you're both doing well. So how long is it going to take you to get to Florida? How far from Missouri to Florida? Love you guys. Hi, critters.
We don't have to deliver until Monday. It's right around 1,200 miles. I just caught Mrs. G slacking. You know that?
Oh, we bought them, but I didn't refill
You're slacking on.
the Slim Jim.
You're fired.
Mohammed,
You haven't been fired in a while, have you?
no. Mohammed said it was a good topic yesterday. I shared it on every trekking group that I knew. Thanks,
Thank you.
G family.
Trail group, trucking group.
JJ said 300 acres of lights. That's a lot of lights. Penny says, how many days will it take you to get to Florida?
We'll be there Sunday.
Jan says, my pup is a self-proclaimed therapy dog. He brings me a lot of comfort as I am alone most of the time. He's there for me when I have setbacks with my GBS and I'm in severe pain. He knows me well. On his own, he has learned that I'm on meds and will wake me up to take them if I'm sleepy. That's a good dog. Penny Carpenter Clark says, afternoon, G's. Praying for a safe trip.
Good afternoon.
Thank you, hon. Dr. Pepper Drinker says, I think Ashley needs to make a shirt for the side of a pineapple that's upside down. LOL.
We still haven't got the Easy Now shirt.
Yeah. Wendy says, LOL fired. It's been a while since a pay raise, if I recall correctly.
I'm going to double her pay. What she earns it.
Really?
What's double zero?
Once I earn it.
Yeah, that's
The
right.
pay-
Hey, you're slipping.
I get the
Where's my
paycheck
Slim
deposit.
Jim's one? Yeah, hush, hush, honey,
No,
hush.
don't give me honey hush.
hush.
Don't give me honey hush. Oh.
Is it charged?
Here you go.
Thank you.
No honey hush.
Listen, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for doing your job. Excuse you, woman.
John says, just opened my big bag of peanut M&Ms and your peppermint patties, although I need to get my meatloaf started soon. Penny Carpenter
Don't let
Clark
your meatloaf.
Where are you at now? I'm loving the water.
That was Truman Lake.
Yep, we're in Clinton, Missouri. Dr. Pepper Jr. says, LOL, you're funny. JJ says, excuse you. Darlene says, second bridge just past our turnoff. LOL. Penny Carpenter Clark says, that made me laugh out loud. John says, you should add jars of honey to your list of spices and call it Honey Hush. Kathleen says, I love my G's attire. Wear it all the time and gets more comfortable each wash.
Thank you.
Jess said, now be good, you two.
We met Michael yesterday. We didn't tell him that.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. We were in Walmart there in Marshfield getting stuff to restock the truck. And we met one of the G-Force members. Excuse me. His name is Michael. He's like, can I get a picture with you? Because my wife won't believe it. Sydney Buck says, better to burp than fart. Jad says, that was cute, Mrs. G. Thanks for sharing.
The burp. Sharing is caring.
No, don't jokes. But you're so cute. Is that where we picked up our
Yeah.
car? Yes, I thought. Ooh. Sherry Beeman says, how much were the turkeys you got at Walmart? They were what?
Don't remember what they were.
89 cents a pound?
98 cents a pound.
98 cents a pound. Dr. Pepper Jr. said, did you get Thunder bottles for the house and cans for the truck? G likes the cans. We don't do the 2 liters. But yeah, we restocked the truck. Darlene says, Clinton, Missouri.
Yep.
Happy Mama says, my grandmother always said, better out than in, LOL.
Grandma used to always say when you sneezed, devil, come out of there. Devil, get out of there.
Carrie said, y'all sound like us. When I'm in the truck, LOL. Hubby asked, can you get me this or that, LOL. And I asked, what do you do when you are alone in here? He said, I put all
Have everything you need with
I
the
will
reach.
need in passenger seat after I finish pre-trip, LOL.
Yep.
I almost peed my pants laughing because I would have done the same thing. Done the same, LOL.
Usually kept everything I need right
Close,
within reach.
within reach. Richard Garrison says, hey y'all.
How you doing?
Eric says, lyrics for G. Interest is up and the stock market is down and you're going to get mugged if you go downtown.
It is up and the stock market's down. You only get mugged if you go downtown. Well, I live back in the woods, you see. The woman and the kids and the dogs and me.
Barbara, we're in Clinton, Missouri.
I got a shotgun rifle and a 4-wheel drive and a country boy can survive.
Sherry Beeman says, oh, that's not bad for honeysuckle. I believe you got. I always buy fresh turkey, but may have to get a frozen this year. Miss Pearl says, you have probably been asked a dozen times, so sorry, but are you going to Branson? No, we're not going to make it to Branson. We have this load that's going to Florida, and we need to get it to Florida, hun.
Gotta get it for the Florida cleanup.
Debbie asks, are you almost at your stop? We are 39 miles out.
39 miles.
Eric says, why fart and waste it when you could burp and taste it?
Easy.
John said, you should contact Butterball and explain what you do and see if they could give you a deal on turkeys or even donate them.
Yeah, I've never tried it.
We never tried doing that.
Good idea, though.
That is a good idea. Sue Garrett says, sounds like a new song. No, that's an oldie but a goodie. Miss Pearl says, been following you anyway.
Well, thank you.
Excuse me. Richard Garrison says, where are you going today? We're going to be shut down in Harrisonville, Missouri today. Jan says, when my siblings were young, we'd see how far into the alphabet we could get in one burp. Penny Carpenter Clark says, my husband and I have been together 44 years, married 40 of them, and have never passed gas of any sort, any kind in front of each other. We're weird.
You're doing better than we are.
Excuse me. says, I voted today. Awesome. Leslie says, do you have room in the RV kitchen to do all the prep for the truckers' holidays?
No, we should have the kitchen at the house done before then. If not, then I'll revert to plan B. I'll make it happen, I guarantee you that. Worst case scenario is I just rent the Lions Club out and use their kitchen.
Yeah. Or we just invade one of the girls' kitchens.
I don't want to take over their kitchen.
Dr. Pepper Drinker says, we laugh when we do it. LOL.
Where there's will, there's a way. We'll make it happen. That's all I can say. Is it'll happen. That's the last of my worries of where.
Gary's Place says, gas is too expensive to waste now.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. It's actually a great idea. I'm glad you brought it to my attention. We might have to utilize it next year. This year, I've just about got everything done. Just about. Really kicking myself in the back. And able to do all these turkeys.
Sue Stevens says, safe travels.
I'm not looking forward to buying another smoker. They're not cheap.
Sue Stevens says, safe travels to you on the highway, Trucker G.
Thank you.
Angie says, hello, Trucker G and Mrs. G. How are you? How y'all doing today? Love you guys. Feeling good, sweetheart. Love you too. Sherry Beebe says, when do you pick up the load in Kansas tomorrow? Are you going to be coming back on later?
No, we probably won't come back on later today. More than likely, we'll be back on tomorrow.
Dr. Pepper Drinker says, how far out can you cook stuff for it? Can the girls start piecing some of it together?
No, I'll do it all the day of. Maybe one day ahead
we'll
with
do some
of it.
prep the day before, but as for cooking,
everything will be
it's
fresh.
on the day of. Tom and Jerry says, nice to see the renovation coming along with the house. Mr. and Mrs. G, it's going to be beautiful, beautiful little home.
Thank you.
Once it's done, indeed.
Oh, we got the new doors on yesterday too.
Yeah, the front door, the back storm door are on.
Which is great because the other doors were 32 inches wide and you can't get nothing through them things.
Gary's Place says, just back to the phone. Awesome. Lone Cub says, short on oven space for cooking turkeys. How about a variety? Deep fried, smoked, pitted, and baked.
Yeah, we'll be short on oven space for the turkeys. But yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do. So I'm going to have to smoke the rest of them. Used to have the deep fryer, and I don't have one of those anymore either. I don't have nothing anymore. You guys see me sell everything. I should be all right if I get the smoker that I want to get. Basically the same kind I had. I really wish I wouldn't have got rid of it. I just didn't have anywhere to keep it. Then I'll be fine.
Brenda says hi to our beautiful G's and G-Force family. Hope all are doing great today. Love and blessings, my G family. Much love to you guys.
Much love.
John says, I'm actually good for more than a bad example. Thank you, John. Debbie says, does anyone or any business around you have a smoker you can borrow for the prep?
It's going to be hard to get anybody to let you borrow their smoker during Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But no, that's a good idea.
Sue Stevens says, will your correct when you need something to be done, one way or the other, will get accomplished. Mrs. G, hope you're doing well.
Now that we got the house, we got that little garage on the house, I have room to get some of the things that I need, that I already have. But so the stuff that I need, and so the smoker, I'll use it year to year.
even tried calling that company Pods to see if they could deliver a pod out and then take it and store it for us. And nope, that was a no-go as well.
Yeah, so we ended up selling a lot of stuff that we didn't really want to sell. We just didn't have nowhere to keep it. So we had to sell everything.
Diane says, do you guys know how to get rid of closed captioning? It's so dumb. G said plan B. The captioning said plain bird.
Yeah, I don't know how to take it off.
Sherry Ann Miller says, hopefully you don't need to use the Lions Club, because don't you have to call ahead of time to rent it for the day? I know here in Little Mountain Town, you have to call ahead to reserve it.
We know we're a really small community, so just pull a couple strings and I can make it happen.
Dr. Pepper Drinker says, thought about coming out to help, but won't be able to.
No, that's all right. It's all right.
Sweetheart. Sherry Beavis says, you can come here. There's 2 truck stops and 2 rest areas. Eric says, the preacher man says it's the end of time and the Mississippi River she's going dry. Charlie Daniels was a prophet.
Hank Williams Jr. Preacher man says it's the end of time and the Mississippi River she's going dry. I messed that up. Little.
Wendy says, no worries. Everything happens for a reason. You can always purchase things as needed.
And that's what we're going to have to do. I ended up having to pick up some more pots yesterday. You see the picture of Mrs. G. I got more stock pots and utensils that I needed.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to need some more spoons too. Wood spoons. I like my wood spoons.
Wendy says, does the church across the street have a kitchen that might be available?
I don't know if they do or not.
Just
like,
an idea.
Like I said, the Lions Club's right next door to it. They do have a kitchen. I'm not sure about the church. I don't think we're going to have to utilize it, though. Really, I have faith that ours will be done.
To the point that we can cook the Thanksgiving supper.
We already have electricity that's turned on. My electrician's going to go hook up all the outlets. So, I mean, like I said, worst case scenario, even if my cabinets don't come in, I go pick up a couple folded tables and use those as prep tables, and I'll already have access. We already have a stove.
We just redneck it a little bit. There you go.
I mean, worst case scenario, we're good.
Tammy says, to shut off closed captioning, hit the 3 dots in the top right, and it will come up on the pop-up window. There you go, hon. Wendy says, folding tables, perfect. Yeah.
We'll make it happen one way or another.
Jerry Beamer says, what about water and sink? Will you have that?
Yes.
Yes.
We already got water. We've already done the plumbing. As far as not having, because of the cabinet not being there, I'll makeshift it. I'll make it work. I have to go get some 2x4s and just build a temporary cabinet. Throw
Or
the
just
sink
go
on
out
there.
to the RV and fill things up with the water.
You can do that. You can do that. It's a whole lot easier to have it right there, though. What I'll do is I'll just grab some 2x4s and I'll make a pedestal for the sink and hook it up. Tell them what closed captioning is going to say. I'm saying.
Wendy says, where there's a will, there's a way. Amen to that.
Oh yeah. Use a little bit of hillbilly ingenuity and we'll get it covered.
Michelle Brandon says, love the closed captioning. Sherry Beeman says, it's all going to be okay. Of course you will make it happen.
Everything's going to be fine.
V. Robinson says, that
time getting somebody to let you use something like that, because that's what they
That's
usually
what
buy
they're
them for, is for the holidays and events like that. If I pick up a smoker, then I'll be able to get everything done in one time. I'll time it right. Get
her done.
Make sure it's all done at the same time. I'm pretty good at that.
Mary Ann says, have you moved your RV yet? No, we have not.
No,
they just
we didn't.
recently turned on ran the new wires to the new box yesterday. So
Yeah, we already paid rental, so
yeah. So we won't move it till we get back. Sue Garrett says, Mr. G, I have 7 folding tables you can borrow, but they're in Kentucky. Thank you, though, hon. Kathleen says, I wish I was there to help you do the cooking and deliver, as I will be alone here this Thanksgiving. Well, you can join us, sweetheart.
We've had a few people ask if they can ask if I need a hand, and I really don't need help yet. I'm used to doing it myself, but you're more than welcome to come out and help
And
if
help
you want
serve.
to. And believe me, if you're around me, I'll put you to work. Am I wrong?
No, you will.
Hey, I need this nice stuff. Can you do me that favor?
Joyce says, don't forget to turn your clocks back this weekend. Thanks for the reminder. We were just talking about that yesterday. Sherry Beeman says, can you put more than one turkey in a smoker? How long does it take to smoke a turkey?
Yeah, if I get the one that I want, I can get 3 in there. 3 to 4.
And then we have the little smoker too.
It don't get to the temp I want. It don't hold a consistent temperature for something that big. I know it says it doesn't. They claim it does, but it's an electric one, and I just don't care for the electric smokers on something that size.
Dr. Pepper Jr. says, I think you should marinate some in thunder.
I'll probably just stick to it. I usually just brine them. What I'll do is I'll brine them overnight.
Sherry Beeman asks, how many turkeys do you do?
We'll probably do about 4 or 5 turkeys.
Wendy says, if I'm correct, this is the last time we are changing clocks.
I don't know.
That's the first I've heard that.
They had spoken about it, and I didn't know what the decision was.
Penny Carpenter Clark says, I forgot about the time change. Thanks for the reminder. Marlene says, hi, G family. Well, hello, sweetheart. Bridget says, hey, G's and my G peeps. Hey, Eddie.
How you doing? We'll do about 4 or 5 turkeys. We'll do a lot of stuffing, a lot of taters. Got green beans. Gonna do baked beans. We'll do green beans and bacon. Rolls.
And then Jen and her mom are going to be hard at work, and Jen's going to bring up some homemade baked with love cookies. Dr. Pepper Jr. says, I wish they would stop the time change game. Can't we just pick a time and be on it?
Yeah.
Wendy says there was a vote in D.C. last spring, I believe, that passed any daylight savings time 2023.
Yeah, I remember they had the vote, and I didn't know what the outcome of it was.
Gary's Place says,
It don't make no sense for the times we live in. I know back in the day when they first started, it made sense, but nowadays it don't make no sense for us to have it.
Gary's Place says, my atomic clock will change itself. John says, shared last night's fuel post on Facebook.
Thank you.
Joseph
I think it
says,
was an important message, and probably it needs to get out there.
Joseph says, hi, G's, how many years have you been doing Trekkers Holidays? I want to say
the fall time change don't bother me too bad. We always
It's
get an
the
extra hour.
spring.
It's the spring. We end up losing that hour, and so I had to adjust my pre-trip planning accordingly because I lose that hour.
Barbara says she likes longer evenings.
Oh, I understand. You can always adjust that just by what time you wake up or what time you wake up in the morning. The evening actually don't last no longer. I mean, it is no longer no shorter. It's just the time that you see it is different.
Dave Newland says, have to wait an extra hour for a cheeseburger at McDonald's.
That I understand.
Diane says, thank you, everyone. I finally got the captioning off. Hallelujah. Wendy says, I'm just a random facts magnet. Sorry. LOL. No, you're fine. Because I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that. Dr. Pepper Drinker says, screw the time change. John says, until they extended daylight savings time past Halloween, I used to set up my telescope for the trick-or-treaters and parents.
All right.
Eric says, gee, you make me want to go out and buy a big rig just for a nice Thanksgiving dinner. We could be posers for one day.
You don't have to be in a big rig. We'll feed
No,
you anyway.
we'll feed ya. Barbara
We
says,
feed whoever's traveling to there. If they want Thanksgiving supper, they get it.
yeah. Barbara says, it stays lighter in the evenings. I got what you're saying. Chris Johnson says, Mama G and Dad G, wish I could join you all for Thanksgiving. Kathleen says, just checked my weather. Looks like I might have to put up my Christmas decorations next Tuesday as it's turning cold and the winds come into play after that. Won't turn them on till December 1st. Debbie says, I don't like having to get up when it's dark outside in the morning. John says, just the time for the deer to come out after dark when you're not allowed to shoot. Wendy says, you two were kind of busy with convoy. I recall during that mode.
Yeah, we was. I didn't get that chance to keep track of much.
Gary's Place says, time change makes no difference when you're on call 24/7.
Yeah.
Boy Mom says, hey G's and family, hope y'all are doing well. We're doing good, sweetheart. Penny Carpenter Clark says, it's awesome that you guys do this because so many truckers and travelers have to be on the road during the holidays. Yes. Wayne says, where are we headed? Harrisonville, Missouri. And we are 14 miles out. Isn't this where you used to get to see
Carolyn Larson Harmon.
Yes.
Yeah.
She just switched companies.
Did she?
Yes. Jen says, can't wait to see your welcoming party in Harrisonville.
I guess that means don't shut the live off yet. Is that what you're telling me?
Judy Montgomery says, hey, 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 rolling again.
Hey.
Rush Rock says, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sherry Beeman says, is TT still in heat? I don't hear any sounds from the pups.
Yeah,
She is, but she's coming towards the end of it.
Yeah.
So, thank goodness.
we done chased her around and got tired. She's sleeping.
Michelle Brandon says, can't wait to taste your spice on my meat. Darlene
It's
Chandler
on its way,
says,
sweetheart. We got it mailed out today.
Darlene Chandler says, love you, G's. Love you too, hon.
Thank you all so much that
Yes,
helped
thank
out.
you. Thank you for believing in us. Mrs. Momo says, just got to Harrisonville. Awesome.
Be there in a little bit.
wish I was close to come meet up with you guys. Oh, sweetheart, don't worry, we'll pop up in your area. I just know
Coming
it.
to a town near you.
Mike says, aloha. Aloha,
Aloha,
Mike.
Mike. How you doing, brother?
Cindy Buck says, G has a dirty, evil laugh. He does. Sherry Crouch says, Mrs. G, can we order the spices? Not yet. We have to send the recipe to the co-packer. We did do an auction while we were home, but we just mailed those out this morning, and since we'll be on the road, we have no way of making up the batch and mailing it.
I'm going to have to find a cheaper way to mail them.
Kathleen says, do you use your spice on your turkeys? Yep.
Yes.
Rhonda says, I watch you guys all the time. I got a warning, G, about your content, language, and intent. Please be aware.
Really?
Huh.
Oh, probably
That must
because
have been last night
Yeah.
with the talk of
I mentioned
the C.
the C word, and I think I mentioned the pandemic, and they muted me for like 2 seconds. Muted like 2 seconds of my video because of it.
Kathy K.
And I didn't say nothing that wasn't true.
Yeah. Kathy K asked, do you plate everything and hand out, or do you like a buffet? We actually have to-go containers because a lot of drivers are stopping, just to use the bathroom, or they're getting ready to go to bed.
Miss G plates it for them. She just
Oh,
asks
yeah.
them what they want, and she plates it up.
And then we put it in the styrofoam to-go container, give them the pre-packaged silverware with the napkin and salt and pepper.
How we doing on them? Do I need to get more of those? That's what I forgot to ask you. Probably so, huh?
Yes.
Okay. I'm glad you
Right.
said that because I forgot about that.
That way, because like I said, the driver usually when they stop at the rest area, it's to use the bathroom or they're ready to go to bed. So that way they can take it back to the truck with them.
And where we set up, there's tables there. If they want to eat right there, they can eat right there. There's picnic tables.
Yes. Dr. Pepper Drinker
Last
says,
few years we've had it. It's been pretty chilly, so they're glad to go back to the truck and eat.
Yeah,
And I don't blame it. It gets cold.
we call it the G Tour. Sherry Beeman says, I hope so. When I met you in Princeton, Illinois, it wasn't long enough. Oh, sweetheart. Kentucky Redneck says, I met the G's in Tennessee. I thought Mr. G would be taller.
I get that a lot.
Heber Rose says, how many people come through the truck stop when you are serving dinner?
I've never really even counted.
We've never kept track.
I mean, we get a pretty good turnout. Just kind of depends. I mean, the only thing I can guarantee is whoever comes through there, if they leave there hungry, it's their own dang fault.
Dawn says, hello from New Brunswick, Canada.
How you
Hello,
doing?
Penny Carpenter Clark says, all the stuff said, and they have an issue with what you say. I
Yeah.
roll. Judy Montgomery says, do you do this at one certain truck stop? We actually do it at the rest area.
We do it mile marker 113, mile marker 111, excuse me, mile marker 111 on the westbound side of I-44. There's actually another couple that goes there too.
Yes.
And they've started setting up on the other
on
side.
the opposite side, so that way that we can feed truckers
We can hit
going
both sides.
eastbound and westbound.
It's a great couple. I can't remember their names, but yeah,
I can see their faces,
yeah,
but I can't
too.
remember their
And
names.
they're a great couple. They go out there and they do the same thing with us.
Scott says, call it a G tour. Wendy says, I was thinking, careful. Could you use disposable muffin tins for the drivers to go food? If yes, I'd be happy to order in bulk and send to you. Like the ones like we bought for inside the steam tables. I
Oh,
think that's what you're talking about. She's talking about.
You talk about the muffin tins as far as where you bake muffins in, or you just talk about the chafing dish ones? I ended up buying some the other day when we went to Walmart.
Amber Rose says, do you...
What I had trouble finding was the half ones.
Yeah, we found the larger ones that, covered the whole inside of the chafing dish. But we like to use the half ones, two of the smaller ones, inside a big
just
making them like as to-go containers
oh,
like
I
that.
understand.
We actually have
I've got a bunch of the
styrofoam to-go
Yeah.
containers. I think we have one compartment and then the 3 compartment ones too. Jen says, I thought about planning for 100, or do I need to plan for more? That should be good, sweetheart. Amber Rose says, will you live stream it? Wish I was there to help. Yes.
Yeah, we'll live
we
stream
do
over
live
there.
stream.
I think last year we live streamed it, and actually Mother Trucker, Deja My Show, he called me up and he live streamed it too.
Dr. Pepper Drinker says, do you have the heating tray thing? Yeah, we have the
Yeah, we have chafing
dishes.
dishes. We're set up like kind of like a caterer.
Judy Montgomery says, this is a real blessing that you all do. Thank you. We just, we try to give back in any way possible, just to show our appreciation to the drivers.
So Mr. G, maybe I ought to just quit trucking and start becoming a caterer.
Katina says, hello everyone, Trucker G and Mrs. G
I don't know what I'd do if I did that.
from Mena, Arkansas. I'm enjoying this weather. It's beautiful, isn't it? And thank you for the stars, hon. Star salute. Karen Napier says, hello G, safe travels. Are you going to be coming by Salina on I-70?
No, we won't screw her.
Susan Battle says, we need every vote to have the red wave. Get out and vote.
We're going to cut across to Edgerton. Edgerton's more towards the border of Kansas and Missouri. Up 35.
Wendy said, got it. Sherry Beeman says, you guys are a blessing. Thank you.
You guys are a blessing.
We just, want to give back as much as we possibly can. And she's right, you guys are a blessing. Amber Rose
What was
says,
that? What did you just say?
okay,
I just want to
You
hear that
heard
again.
it.
What did you say?
You heard
I don't
it.
think I heard you.
you heard it.
You kind of mumbled a little.
Amber Rose says, yes.
No, hold on. Rewind.
You need to get a smoker like you have
Honey, hush.
in the
Rewind.
convoy in California. you can promote your meat rub. Jen says, I'll make sure there's extras so you can have some. Woohoo, buddy.
Yeah.
Penny Carpenter Clark says, can you imagine if you had a food truck?
That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
It would be cool. Darlene says, Mr. and Mrs. G, you are awesome. You guys are awesome. Amber Rose says, then you can ship your meat all over the U.S. Mail order meat. Penny Carpenter Clark says, food truck, and you can sell your spices.
Yeah. That'd be neat, wouldn't it?
Catherine says, where are you going in Florida? We're going to Hastings, Florida. I see the Sap Bros in sight.
Yeah, we're about done for the day.
Melody says,
What's good? 'Cause I'm getting
tacos.
hungry.
The authentic ones. Yahoo!
Yeah, I make some good tacos.
Kathleen Moorhead said, just in case you need it for the Christmas funds. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for the stars. Star salute.
thank you. I don't
I did my little. You were good. I had us covered.
know. I hate other truck drivers that come honking at them.
Oh, my ankle, my ankle. Debbie says, if you had a food truck, I'd have to move by you so I could eat there every day.
Reason why I don't like to honk around other trucks because I know when I hear another driver honking, I'm looking at my truck thinking, okay, what fell off? What's wrong?
Yeah,
with the truck?
why are they
Why are they trying to
honking?
get my attention?
That, and we're really close to the truck stop, and their driver's
Yeah, I won't
sleeping.
honk at a truck stop. What is that I see up ahead of us? Would that be Old Glory flying?
It is, it is. Don Manny says, good day, G's. Well, good day, sweetheart.
We're out in the front of the truck stop so I can give him a hug.
LOL.
Love it.
John says, have a great day. Love you both. Love you too, guys. All right, guys. We're pulling in, and Mooch knows what time it is. It's time to eat and go use
Yeah,
the
as
bathroom.
soon as those air brakes hit, he's like, let me out.
He knows, and
It's like clock.
he is ready. He knows the motions of the truck and what's going to happen next.
It's like clockwork.
So we love you guys, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, guys.